The Dhaka Book Fair, a place where book lovers from all over gather to celebrate the written word. It was a bright, sunny day, the kind that makes you feel alive and ready for an adventure. I got there early, but there were already lots of people. The excitement was palpable. Everyone eager to explore. Everyone was so excited, you could feel it in the air. It was like a festival of stories and imagination. The Bangla Academy grounds looked totally different, transformed into a vibrant marketplace of ideas. Everywhere I looked, there were stalls overflowing with books. Each stall was a treasure trove waiting to be explored. Each one looked so interesting, like it held a secret adventure or an old wise story. The covers alone were mesmerizing. Rows and rows of books stretched out like a giant ocean of stories just waiting to be discovered. It was endless. I felt that excited feeling you get when you open a brand new book. The anticipation of a new journey. It's like a whole world is waiting inside, and you can't wait to jump in. Each page, a new discovery. That's what the book fair felt like. A whole universe of stories, all in one place. A paradise for any book lover. The whole place was buzzing. People were chatting and laughing, and you could hear the vendors calling out. The smell of new books filled the air, that cozy, familiar smell. I walked through the maze of stalls, each step like a journey to a new place. One stall had bright, colorful children's books. Another had rows and rows of classic stories. There were history books next to science fiction books and poetry books next to cookbooks. It was amazing how many different kinds of books there were. This wasn't just a book fair. It was a huge party for books. A celebration of stories. My eyes, ears, and nose were loving it all, taking in the sights, sounds, and smells of this book carnival. Suddenly, I saw a familiar face. It was Humayun Ahmed. The renowned author, whose stories had always captivated my imagination, was right there in front of me. He was signing copies of his newest book, and the excitement in the air was palpable. A long line of people snaked around the stall, everyone waiting patiently to meet him. The anticipation was building with each step forward. I joined the line, my heart beating fast. I could hardly believe I was about to meet one of my literary heroes. Finally, it was my turn, the moment I had been waiting for. He smiled, and his eyes were so kind. It felt like he genuinely cared about each person he met. I told him how much I loved his books, how they had touched my life in so many ways. He signed my book, and for a second, I felt like I was part of the stories he wrote. It was a magical moment. Later, I found a stall with really old special books. It was like stepping into a treasure trove of literary history. I looked through them carefully, touching the worn covers. Each book seemed to have its own story to tell. Each little bump and crease felt like a secret message from the past, whispering tales of previous readers. I found a first edition of The Room on the Roof. My heart skipped a beat as I held it in my hands. It felt like it was meant to be, a serendipitous discovery that made the day even more special. I had to buy it. This was a treasure I couldn't leave behind. The Dhaka Book Fair wasn't just about buying books. It was about everything. It was a vibrant celebration of culture, knowledge, and community. Music played from a stage nearby. Students performed traditional dances. The rhythmic beats and colorful costumes captivated everyone. Food stalls sold yummy snacks and cold drinks. From spicy halmuri to sweet pitas, there was something to satisfy every craving. The smell of fuchka and halmuri filled the air, making it feel like a real festival. The aroma was irresistible, drawing people in from all corners. The fair made everyone love reading even more. Children and adults alike were lost in the pages of their new books. It reminded us how powerful words are. They teach us things, entertain us, and inspire us. Conversations about favorite authors and stories filled the air. For students, it was a chance to learn about new things and see the world in different ways. Educational activities and workshops added to the excitement. The Dhaka Book Fair was a huge celebration of books and our culture. It brought together people from all walks of life in a shared love for literature. It showed everyone that the magic of stories is still alive and strong. Storytelling sessions were a highlight, enchanting both young and old. I left the fair with a bag full of books and a heart full of happiness. The memories of the fair will stay with me forever, a reminder of the joy that books bring.